Hello, welcome to the Inner Wellness Hub. I'm Holly Momston and I'm an inner wellness specialist, and we've been talking in the past videos about energy and frequencies and vibrations, and it's one of my favorite topics to talk about because it's just so fascinating. And today I want to share a little information about your energy system, because everyone has an energy system. Every person is just the term that physicists use to describe the motion, the movement that's in all matter. And you know that everything on the planet is in motion, constantly moving. And we know this because everything is subtly vibrating. Everything, every planet, every star, every rock, every tree, every molecule, every cell in your body is subtly vibrating, which means that everything in the planet, if it's vibrating, that means it's in motion. It's moving back and forth, and something's generating that vibration. Something has to be generating that vibration to occur, and that thing that's generating the motion is called energy. And every human being has an energy system. So you probably know that we are made up of three parts. We have a body, we have a mind, and we have a spirit, and they are all interconnected. But how? What is it that interconnects all three parts and synchronizes and affects and impacts every part? It's the energy system. Your energy system is interconnected within you, and it influences, impacts, and has an effect on every part of you, your body, your mind, and your spirit. So that's why your energy system is so important, and it is vital to understand the role of your energy system, how it works, and how problems arise in your energy system, and the problems that can occur in your energy system. Because it turns out that 95% of every problem that exists, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual, boils down to an energy problem. It boils down to some issue in the energy system. And this is so exciting. I get so excited to talk about it because if we know where the real problem is, then we know where to focus, and we know what we need to attend to. It's necessary to attend to your energy system. And I'm going to tell you why. That built into you, you have a system that is circulating the flow of that's putting your whole being in motion, that's generating the internal vibrations and frequencies inside you. There are actually currents of energy circulating and traveling throughout you. And what energy currents are you circulating? Because depending on what currents you are circulating can impact everything. So the kind of energy currents that you are circulating, that are traveling through you, will impact whether or not you are able to heal, whether or not you are able to overcome adversities and challenges in your life, whether or not you're able to face stressful, difficult situations, whether or not you can repair and move forward and keep pressing on, and whether you have the energy to keep persevering. It determines a lot in your life. And those energy waves that are flowing from those vibrations can also determine how you impact the world around you. So that's why what the world within you becomes the world around you. So you're probably wondering what determines the kind of energy the kind of currents that are circulating through you and out from you? Well, that all depends. And I'm going to tell you what it's dependent on. The energy that you are holding, resonating with, circulating, and transmitting out of you is determined by your thoughts. Every thought you think generates an energetic pattern. It is determined by your emotions. Every feeling that you feel, every emotion that you have generates an energy pattern. And especially if you hold and store emotions, it will determine the type of energy that you are conducting within you and resonating and then transmitting ultimately. The type of energy that you have also has to do with your beliefs, your belief system. Your beliefs are based on truth, or if your beliefs are based on lies and falsehoods, it will determine what kind of energy and the quality of your energy currents that are flowing. So for example, if you have a thought that contains fear, so a fearful thought, and we all do because we're human, that's going to happen. But if you have a fearful thought and you focus on that thought and you dwell on it and you allow that thought pattern to remain for a period of time and begin to fire in your brain, it will eventually form a pattern. That's what thought patterns are. It'll eventually form a pattern, a wave pattern, and that fear energy will begin to circulate through you, and the energy that you're circulating will become very negative. It'll become negative because it's the energy, it's the frequency, and it'll generate the vibration of fear, which is a very low vibration. Remember we talked about the high vibrations and the low? Fear is a very low vibration. So you're going to be circulating a very low frequency current through your being, and it's going to be very negative. It's going to be very weak. It's going to be very low. You will kind of begin to be stuck and fixated on the problem, on what you're afraid of, and your emotions will turn to fear, and you will start imagining all of the things that could possibly go wrong, and you can start to believe. You can even start to believe that some problem is going to occur that's going to be disastrous when it hasn't even happened yet. It's just merely a thought of fear. That fear energy, that negative low energy pattern will be very destructive to you over time, because your body instinctually knows when it's carrying something that it wasn't designed for, that it wasn't made for, and it becomes toxic. Your energy actually becomes toxic. And a toxin is something that your body doesn't recognize. So if you ingest a toxin, if you eat food that has a toxin in it, the reason why it's destructive to you and harmful is because when you ingest it, your body doesn't recognize it. It doesn't know what to do with it because it's something that's not in nature, and it doesn't recognize it. And so instead of digesting it or doing what it needs to do with it, it just stores the toxin because it doesn't know how to process it or what to do. So in your body, if you get too many toxins building up, and your toxicity level gets too high, well, people start to have a symptom, a health problem. Well, it's the same thing with your energy system. If the energy in your internal atmosphere that's circulating is very negative, and it's something that your body and your being was not meant to hold and to circulate for long periods of time, it becomes a form of toxicity, and it becomes very destructive. Because your body will store it, just like a toxin. It'll store fear. It'll literally store this energy of fear because it doesn't know how to process it or what to do with it, and that fear can become congested. Your energy system can become congested with fear if there's a buildup of too much fear. And so then your own energy system isn't circulating the way that it was designed to, and there can be all kinds of malfunctions when that happens, when your energy system is congested or it's circulating toxic energy. Another really important thing to know, if you are carrying and circulating toxic energy or destructive energy currents, is that that harmful energy, that destructive energy current, signals to your nervous system and your brain that there's a threat or a danger. And whenever that's triggered, whenever the stress signal or the threat signal is triggered, it sets off a whole snowball of biological process. It's called stress mode. Your body goes into stress mode and you're flooded with stress hormones, and your brain even begins to work differently. Certain parts of your brain shut off to conserve the energy that you need in order to survive the threat. And you can become basically stuck in stress mode. And we were not meant to be in stress mode for too long. Stress mode is necessary if you need to get away from a bear that's chasing you, or if you need to survive a danger, a present danger, and you need that surge of adrenaline and you need those stress hormones. It's helpful and necessary, but that stress mode, stress hormones, stress currents circulating is destructive to you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually if it's going on for too long. And so here is the exciting part. This is why I love talking about this, because I started studying energy and the energy system and how it relates to health, and I wanted to know the correlation between the energy system and mental health, because that's my expertise, is mental and emotional health and wellness. And so I started out studying it for that, but what I discovered is that it's all interrelated, and the energy system impacts every part of it. And it also influences how you impact the world around you, how you impact in your relationships, how you impact your household and your family, how you impact your job or your career, how you function, how you operate, whether or not you reach your full potential, whether or not you unlock and function in your full capabilities or capacities. It all has to do with your energy system. So this is why I'm so excited about this topic and to share with you, because when I started studying it several years ago, about six years ago or so, I started to learn that there are methods and there are techniques and tools that can be used to address the energy system. And I just dove headfirst into that whole arena. And now fast forward, I've developed a system where I help people clear mental, emotional, and spiritual congestion from the energy system, so they can be who God created them to be, so they can function in their full capabilities and capacities, so that they have the available energy to heal and repair and overcome adversity and challenges in life, and so that they can prosper inside and out. If you would like to know if you could benefit from it in any way, I encourage you to go to prosperwithin.com. That's my website, and just schedule a free consultation. I'd be happy to jump on the phone with you and to explain more in detail about how I can help shift the internal atmosphere and address your energy system, remove any sources of destructive energy, so that your body and your mind can heal, so that your mental and emotional atmosphere can be healthy and well. I want people to be free, completely free, to live whole, to live well, to feel well, and to be exactly who God created them to be. So if that's you, go to my website and book a free consultation, and I would be so happy to talk to you.